Welcome back, everyone, to the 16th annual U.S. Open here in Minneapolis, Minnesota. We're ready for the ladies' finals, WPRO finals. Number 2 player in the world, Paola Longoria, and the number 1 player, number 1 seed, Rhonda Rajsich. This is Russ Menino along with Suzy Munchak and John Scott. Suzy Munchak, what does the number 2 ranked Paola Longoria have to do to beat the 2-time defending champion Rhonda Rajsich today?
Well, I expect a great match. I think Paola's got to go out there, be real consistent. She's got to work hard. It's not going to be easy. It won't be an easy task. Rhonda's a great player, and she's been dominating over the last 7 years. For Rhonda, I think she has to just not skip, play some high percentage. That's a great shot by Paola, great start. And I think we could have a little battle here, maybe 4 or 5 games. But what would you do? You coached me back in the day. You tell me.
I kind of agree with you. This is a pretty even match. They played the last 3 U.S. Open finals, Rhonda winning 2. And I think Paola has to just have less unforced errors. I think she has, with Rhonda's tremendous diving and defensive ability, I think she just has to make sure she hits the front wall a little more than she usually does, and she'll have a chance to win this. I think Rhonda is a slight edge favorite in this match, but I do expect a 4 or 5 game match either way. Contrasting styles, right, Munchak?
We just got, yeah, definitely. I think they both hit the ball pretty well, pretty flat, pretty hard. I just think Rhonda's a little more aggressive. And looks like Rhonda invited, or somebody invited, the Minnesota Timberwolves cheerleaders are in the house. I just got a text from Doug Ganem, the event director. So maybe Pablo can show everybody. We have fans all over the world here.
Rhonda with a good start. Both players are fit as a fiddle.
How is a fiddle fit? Where did that saying come from? Fit as a fiddle. Pablo's looking at us like, I have no idea.
Pablo's going to look it up.
So Rhonda has 4 U.S. Open championships. This would be her 5th. That's absolutely fantastic.
That would arguably put her in the conversation as one of the greatest women players of all time.
I think she's already in that conversation. As far as I'm concerned, she's certainly top 3, 4, or 5. I'll tell you, it was nice, too. Did you see Shannon Wright here?
Yes, I did.
You're a historian of the sport.
I see Shannon Wright play in the 70s. She was one of the great players in those days, along with Heather Mackay. Then after that was a run of someone by the name of Lynn Adams, who many people consider to be the greatest women player of all time. And there's a few ladies that you know, Sudsy, Michelle Gould.
Michelle was nasty. She was tough.
Down the line, Paola Longoria, coached by Fran Davis, who was a religious down-the-line player.
Sets up the entire match at all levels. Down the line, best shot ever.
Paola flattening out that backhand.
Yeah, if I was Rhonda, I'd be hitting a lot of balls, trying to blast a lot of balls right at Paola. She has that big wind-up swing, with
the loopy swing.
It's a loopy, a lot of movement in it. It's not very compact. Well, Rhonda thought the serve was short, and then she got it on 2 bounces. I thought the serve was good also.
Yeah, that's an example of what not to do. You have to play the serve. Don't assume that you're right and that it's short.
Right, you play through everything.
Break for Paola.
Oh, nice shot. Little contact in center court, so Rhonda gave her the old, my bad.
2 apiece, first game. Rhonda controlling center court and getting the lead here in game 1. Paola controlling center court, getting the lead here in game 1.
It was interesting, too, watching them warm up the pregame. Rhonda was real stagnant. She was just kind of sitting there chilling, not doing much, looking very relaxed, where Paola was the actual opposite. She was real jittery. She looked nervous. moving around a lot.
I think Paola, Rhonda being two-time defending champion, there's a little more pressure on Paola to actually win this. She was number 1, now she's number 2. So these ladies have a real nice rivalry, which is good in any sport to have someone that challenges, like Federer had Nadal. Munchak had Swain.
He was pretty good.
John Scott had nobody.
Here's Pablo.
There'll be a replay on that.
Does Paola dive as much as Rhonda?
No.
Never?
No.
Pablo said never.
Yeah.
So Rhonda's pretty much one of the only, if not very few, women out there that do dive and get around.
She is the most athletic female player on the WPRO.
You might be able to include the IRT in that one too. She absolutely turned down a potential career in the WNBA.
She can shoot the basketball.
Pablo, you know I'm doing it for you, but dos. Dos. I do that for Pablo, everybody. Good get by Paola.
Nice play by both players. Longoria just guessing correctly. The blue tape on Longoria's knees and down on her shins, Sudzi Munchak, what does that do?
I'm not sure. I was going to ask you. I don't know. Thought maybe she had a rip in her skin or something. It was like duct tape. I don't know. We'll have to find out. I did hear somebody say it's very complicated. And I don't know. Some sort of therapy tape. She has some knee issues, Pablo's saying. And supposedly that helps it out, I guess. Interesting. I might tape my head then.
There's that down the line by Rajsich.
This could be a long barn burner.
Rhonda doesn't seem to things going right for her. Maybe a little equipment issue. Or actually her coach, Jim Winterton, probably told her to call a timeout. So the two top women's players in the world have two of the top coaches. Jim Winterton, the coach of the cane train, Kane Wasylenchuk,
USA Racquetball
is coaching Rhonda Rajsich, and Fran Davis,
for the entire family. Officially
former coach of
recognized as the
Sudzi
national
Munchak
governing body
and
for the
Jason
sport of
Menino,
racquetball,
is
the
and current coach of Rocky
is
Carson,
extremely
is
proud
coaching
of having organized
Paola
and conducted
Longoria.
a full slate of national championships
Speaking of,
for almost 50 years.
The cane train, what's your prediction?
USAR has also presented
my
the US
prediction on the
Open
cane train
Championships
is not really
since
too
its inception
complicated.
some 16 years ago.
Kane
The
will beat
association's
Rocky
board
in
of
3.
directors, staff,
Rocky is
and
playing
thousands of
really
members
good.
across
He's
the
adjusted
country.
his serve a
Hope
little.
you've
He's playing
enjoyed
better.
yourself here at the
And
2011 US Open
too many shorts
Racquetball
from what I saw.
Championships.
Rocky did go 2 tiebreakers with Kane last year. He wound up losing a bunch of other matches.
Two serving 4 here in game 1. Rhonda is serving to Paola. Paolita, as she is known by many of her Mexican friends. Now Coach Jim Winterton looks like a genius. Go hit a half lob and she'll skip it.
Two smart points by Rhonda off the timeout.
5-4 here in game one. Paolita serving to Rhonda. Been a game of runs. 2 for you, 2 for me. 2 for you, 2 for me. It's what we always like to say out on the men's tour. Is I always try to tell the guys, and what I used to try to do is just weather the storms. You know, especially the guys with big serves or weapons. You try to keep their bunches in as small as possible. Let's see if Rhonda goes and gets 2 now. Keep up the trend. Mike Ray in the house. See a lot of the pros still here, walking around, waiting to see what makes the final. Nice shot by Paola. It's almost like they're still both trying to find their way in their groove here. You know, trading punches. Not quite set. Someone's trying to set the tone. There is no tone yet. Although if Paola does that, that's definitely setting a tone. Serve, return, kill. 3-shot rallies.
And serve to the forehand, too.
Yeah. Yeah, for whatever reason out here on these courts, that right side glass is tougher than the left side. I think it's just because the footwork's a different movement. You know, you have more of a free swing when you're hitting your backhand.
Paola with textbook racquetball, mixing up drive serve and Z serves to the forehand.
That's definitely Fran
Deep
Davis.
And re-killing the next shot. All of that's in Fran Davis's new book, Championship Racquetball.
Paola's playing smart. You know, she's just not skipping the ball. She looks pretty comfortable, pretty confident. And, you know, Rhonda, the reigning and returning champion, definitely doesn't want to get down a game. No fun losing the first game in these matches in this tournament.
Paola mixing up her serves, as you can see there, with a drive to the backhand. Good serve by Paola, better return by Rhonda.
That was 2 bounces. Good call by Rhonda. Rhonda actually called that, not the ref.
It's tough to see. Ref is behind the back wall. 8-4, Longoria up, game 1.
That looked short. That was short, I think.
Late call by the referee.
She looked over to Fran Davis to see if she should appeal, and Fran told Paola I couldn't see it, so I guess Paola went with somebody else. And
It was definitely short.
yeah, I thought so too. But it was late. I don't like the late calls. That's an IRT shot right there. That's a men's shot.
That's a great shot by Rhonda. Splat with the backhand from 38 feet. Good point for Rhonda, being stuck on 4 for a while. 5-8.
Look for Rhonda to have a little bit of a run here.
Smart shot by Longoria.
Yeah, I think Paola has her off balance a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Rhonda doesn't look extremely comfortable out there right now. Obviously, I mean it's 8-5, but you know that's what I'm seeing. Seeing Rhonda's looking a little bit not as comfortable as she'd like to at this point.
Another good serve. High percentage pin shot in the forehand corner. Rhonda with a timeout. Once again, back to the match. Paola Longoria serving F5-4. Won the first game 11-7. Over adjusts for that short serve earlier and floats that one to the long.
That was not discussed in the timeout. Rhonda setting up here for a backhand serve. Half lob Z. Paola up to the ceiling. Rhonda with a setup. Skips it. Cinco cuatro. Pablo always nods his head whenever I say something in Spanish. Like, well done, son. Paola's serving great.
Well, except for the short and the long.
Yeah, you're right. When she gets it in, it's effective. But she has had a couple of faults.
Live by the sword, die by the sword.
That's what people used to ask me all the time. Are you trying to get a weak return from your opponent or an ace? I said, I'm trying to ace him. Good idea, though. She went left, then she went with a forehand Z.
Yeah, she's thinking. She's mixing up her serves really good. Racich looking to gain some more momentum at 4-6. Longoria drive serving once again. Rhonda getting back into the box at 4-6. Opportunity for Rhonda, just skips it.
It's a pretty big match, too, because these two are competing in the Pan American Games next week.
That's correct.
Or in 2 weeks. In Guadalajara,
This is
Mexico.
This is a preview.
This is a preview of the potential gold medal match.
And these two will be favored to meet in the finals of the Pan American Games, but there are a lot of other players that...
Yeah, it's pretty amazing. I've been following some of the treatment that Paola's been getting. She actually lit the torch, or was one of the torch carriers at the Pan American Games. She's been meeting with the president. She's quite the celebrity down in Mexico. She really is.
I could see why.
Yeah. She's bonita.
Nice shot by Racich. Longoria with a big-time answer.
That's very cool. Pablo just told me that the person who will be carrying the flag at the opening ceremonies for the Pan American Games is a Bolivian racquetball player. And the reason is because
ace serve by Paola Longoria.
Racquetball
her third.
Racquetball is the only sport that Bolivia qualified for in the Pan American Games. Oh, the only opportunity to actually medal in their sport. That's great. 8-4, Rhonda trying to slow down this Paola train.
Even though Rhonda flat rolled out that shot, Paola did diversify her serve once again.
Yes, sometimes, believe it or not, too, when you are consistently deceptive, trying to go left, right, backhand, forehand, Z's. Oh, Rhonda with a timeout here. I'll get back to that.
Timeout by Rajsich. We'll be right back in 1 minute.
MGD 64 goes through the cold filtered brewing process that Miller Genuine Draft undergoes, giving it a crisp, fresh, from the tap taste. But with just 64 calories and 2.4 carbs, MGD 64 is winning over people across the USA looking for a lighter way to enjoy beer. MGD 64 is a supporting sponsor of the 2011 US Open Racquetball Championships.
Back to the match after a timeout, 8-4.
I love the treatment up in this booth, Ross. We just got more mimosas brought up to us. This is great here on Super Sunday at the U.S. Open.
Oh, another late call by referee.
That would frustrate me beyond belief, Russ. If I saw my opponent put their hand up after no call and then the short comes, I don't think it's intentional. Crystal's doing a good job, but it just looks late, and that's a frustrating thing for any player.
Right. And the line judges disagreed with the referee. Oh, no, one agreed and one disagreed. Okay. Correct?
Not sure what Rhonda was just saying to Crystal.
She was probably telling her call it quicker.
Yeah.
Longoria running Rhonda around.
Sorry about that, folks. We had a little head in the way of the camera. Guy wanted his few minutes of U.S. Open fame time. I think that was John Scott in the crowd. 8-4, game two. Paola trying to get a 2-0 lead. It's a great serve. Paola is in total control.
Especially with her serves. She has had 4 or 5 successful serves, not to mention the aces.
Yeah, her service pattern's been great, but getting back to what I was saying, sometimes when you're receiving serve and you know that your opponent gets too consistent and never hits the same serve in a row, that's where you try to hit the same serve 3, 4, 5 times in a row, just to throw them off, get them thinking again. See, now, if I was Paola, the next time I get up there, I might hit that same serve because Rhonda, Rhonda's returning them pretty well when she does return them because I think she realizes that she's not going to hit the same serve 2 times in a row.
Right.
I don't think we've seen her hit the same serve 2 times in a row, have we?
We haven't, no.
Yeah. So as a receiver, when you're playing, you can read that also. And that's where the adjustments need to be made.
Ball hit Rhonda.
Paola calling in the towel. Towel boy's done a fantastic job all week. Do we have his name? Can we get his name, Pablo? Got to give him a shout out. Make him famous at school on Tuesday.
He's one of the top 5 towel boys I've seen in a while.
I started out as a towel boy.
Yeah, and the way you're playing, you're going to finish up as a towel boy. You started out as a towel boy for a Marty Hogan-Ruben Gonzalez match in January 1981.
That is correct.
You and Jason Menino, the towel boys for Marty Hogan-Ruben Gonzalez. A trivial question that maybe we'll bring back later in the year.
Wow. Game point here for Paola to go up 2-0.
Actually, maybe during the men's match, we'll come up with a trivia question. So if you guys want to tune into the Kane Wasylenchuk Rocky Carson match, we'll see if we could ask a Sudsy Munchak trivia question and give away a racket.
We just had
a Sudsy Munchak racket.
We just had an email come in to the info at IRT Network. The question was, is the #1 spot up for grabs here? And the answer is no, it is not. If Paola wins, Rhonda will still be ranked #1. But I could tell you, it definitely sets the tone for the rest of the season.
Especially the Pan Am Games.
And the Pan Am Games, which doesn't have any bearing on the rankings.
No.
But Paola could definitely send a message here by winning this match. (10-4), possible game point. Well, it is game point. Not possible.
It's more like probable. There's that serve, Munchak. She went back to that serve.
Maybe she heard me.
Rhonda has the answer. Rhonda is moving well. It's just not executing well. Maybe because she's being kept a little off balance by.
Yeah, she's feeling the pressure right now. There's no doubt about it. She realizes, she knows how difficult it is to be down 2-0 to anybody, let alone the #2 player in the world, and former U.S. Open winner.
Nothing like a quick point to get you at 5. Rhonda needs 2 points here to put a little pressure on Paola. Slowing the game up is Rajsich. And Paola says, if it comes off the back wall, I'm going to pinch it with my backhand. That's like 5 or 6 of those. Another timeout. We'll take a break right here. We'll be back in a minute.
Our special thanks goes out to the many gold patrons of the 2011 United States Open Racquetball Championships. They're all listed on page 30 of your event program and are now being displayed on the championship scoreboard. Please show your support of these generous patrons of the U.S. Open by using their superb services and products whenever possible.
Back to the action. A second game point opportunity for a commanding 2-game lead by Paola Longoria. 10-5. She softened up that serve, but Rhonda had the answer. Back in the box. There's that backhand pinch shot once again. Much improved shot by Paola Longoria.
Seems like she hasn't missed it all day.
From 39 feet. Third probable game point for Paola Longoria.
Drive serve to the backhand, Russ. Pablo says forehand. Let's see.
And Rhonda skips it. Game 2 goes to Paola Longoria. Up 2-1, 2-0 over the #1 player in the world. We'll be right back in 2 minutes right here on the IRT Network.
Gotta get that. Gotta get that. Recognize there ain't a thing you can do. I'll take it straight up to metal and dedicate it to you, my whole crew. Stole your freaking jersey too. After the game, I'm gonna use it just to clean off my shoe. I'm too quick and just too sick and music to the fans' ears. They stand cheering. more than doubtful. I have you eating up your words more than a mouthful. I'm too powerful. Beating me's more than doubtful. Here I come and there I go.
Back to the action. Game 3. Paola Longoria up 2-0 in the WPRO Championships here at the 2011 US Open. Paola will serve game 3. John Scott back in the booth.
Russ, I've been watching this from the sidelines, doing some sideline reporting, and I got to tell you, there's a little bit of a buzz in the crowd right now with Paola being up 2-0. Rhonda has won this championship 4 times. Paola won twice. Once back when she was 19 years old. It's been a while.
Well, Rhonda's going to have to reach back into her bag of tricks because Paola is serving off the charts.
Let me ask you this.
Really mixing up her serves well.
Russ, how much do you think, and this was also probably be a good Sudsy question, I'll ask him as well, but how much does the 1-game suspension play into this match right now? She was suspended, 1 tournament suspension. She was suspended for the Dallas stop due to basically an outburst. But that was the penalty, if you will, that she received. So this is her first stop of the year. How much does that play into this match?
I think it affected her in a positive way. She just took that time off. I'm sure she practiced. She's focused. This is the best I've seen her play, and she's had some really good matches. And Rhonda, obviously #1 player for years on and off. Paola is really mixing up her game, listening to her coach really well. I don't think it affected her at all. And actually, if it did, like I said earlier, it affected her in a positive manner. She probably feels a little more privileged to be on the court and realizes how important the game is to her with this as the biggest tournament of the year, and in 2 weeks, the Pan Am Games. So she's focused.
2-0. Rhonda playing like a different player than yesterday. She seems almost tentative to even hit a shot right now. And she's going to have to change that in order to take back game number 2. Rhonda down for the first time in over a year, down 2-0 to Paola Longoria. Lobs east over to the backhand side, forces Rhonda up top now. Rhonda digs that one out, but once again, unable to make an offensive shot. She's going to shoot this off the back glass. Down the line, makes a nice shot. On the board now.
Both of these players are coached by 2 of the finest coaches in racquetball, so I wouldn't be surprised to see Rhonda come back and at least win this game.
Paola showing a little bit of outdoor prowess there as she cuts the ball off in the front right corner very, very nicely. If you aren't familiar with that particular shot, that is not an easy shot to hit, especially that close from the front wall. Not at least that effectively. Rhonda with a nice diving get. Paola way back, sails the ball just a little bit. Rhonda with a nice dive. And a good get. We're going to see that again on the head instant replay cam.
Rhonda with the fist pump. Doesn't look like she plans to go away in 3. To Paola's benefit, she did work Rhonda around that court during that rally. But Rhonda, with her diving ability, probably the only women's player to be able to get to that shot, gets back in the service box at 1-2, down 2-0. Slowing the game up with a half lob and a trick shot. And Paola with her much improved backhand. Puts herself in the box at 2-1. Rhonda read that serve pretty good. Flat rolled it out. 1-2, Rajsich. Two apiece.
That ball gets tied up in the glass. Paola trying to dig it out with her Racket Skins Ectalon racquetball racket. Unable to do so. Skips it at the shoelaces. Giving Rhonda a 1-point lead. 3-2. A battle of number 1 and 2 in the world. These two last played in Stockton, California. Rhonda with a shot down on one knee. It was a good get, but she left it up. Paola rushes again. Paola, what's interesting about her is, you know, in boxing they have a thing called effective aggression, where even though you may not be landing the most points, you're pressing the action. And I kind of see that right now with Paola, where it's like constant charging the net, charging front court, trying to take position. And she seems like she's doing very good. She's got the upper hand on court positioning right now. Short serve called. Rhonda once again down 2 games to none. And down, or excuse me, up 3 serving 2. We've got a timeout on the court. Paola takes a timeout. Want to say congratulations to the most improved player of the year, Samantha Salas, as voted by the WPRO.
USA Racquetball provides national-level competition opportunities for players of all ages. Other benefits included with your USAR membership are a national ranking system, a high-quality magazine every 3 months, junior and collegiate scholarships, plus discounts on car rental, hotels, and airlines. USA Racquetball is the proud presenting sponsor of the 2011 US Open Racquetball Championships.
During this timeout, we'll take a look at the head instant replay cam from one of the previous rallies. Look at Paola squaring up, shooting, and putting Rhonda on the ground. Rhonda trying to jockey for position there, and Paola once again getting in front of Rhonda. Rhonda getting in front of her, and Rhonda with a nice dive. Thanks to the head instant replay cam for providing the advertising support for the instant replay cam.
Two, 3. Longoria drive serving once again.
Looks like Rhonda has got a little momentum going. She's got a little extra fire in her step. She's swinging a little more effectively. She's got a 1-point lead once again.
Well, that's what happens when you're staring defeat in the face. Good serve by Rhonda. Better return with that backhand, the much improved backhand of Paola Longoria. Still at 2-3. Rajsich up 4-2. Sticking to the lob. Didn't work. A little wet spot on the court. Longoria will be back in the box at 2 serving 4.
Congratulations to Dominique Davis, the WPRO Rookie of the Year. I can't think of a better lead-in to the men's IRT than this match here. Pretty much at capacity crowds here in the building, watching this great match. We're an hour and 4 minutes into the match. Some of the crowd yelling, "Vamos, Paola."
Two-five, Paola Longoria looking to slow it down with a lob serve.
There's a nice shot from Longoria. I think she's realizing she's kind of fallen back on her heels a little bit. And knows that she needs to press it down, even though she's up big with a 2-0 lead. To get out sooner is better for her. Half flat. Rhonda cuts it off. Paola across court. Catches the back wall. Rhonda spins around. Almost had the shot made, but Paola was right there. Picked it up at the last second and re-killed the kill shot.
Still slowing it up, Longoria is at 4-5. Mixing up our lobs really well.
Hey to Lonnie watching out in Illinois on the IRT network. Lonnie, thanks a lot for your subscription. Same thing to James in Indiana. And Antonio in Pennsylvania. Paola's not missing a lot up front, especially on the backhand side.
Three well-crafted points by Paola after being down 2-5 to tie it up at 5-5. And now the pressure is really going to be on Rhonda.
Kane Waslinchuk enters the crowd or enters the auditorium, and the crowd starts to look over towards him. It's funny, you know, some of the guys that are playing, even some of the pros, watch him when he doesn't know he's being watched. They want to see, what does he do in his pregame warm-up? What does he do stretching and that kind of thing? A lot of eyes on Kane as he goes for his 7th U.S. Open championship.
Longoria switching back to the drive serve. The Z doesn't work. Unforced error by Longoria, 6-5, Rajsich. Five, 6. Skip ball tied up here in game 3. Longoria up 2-0. Pressure time for Rajsich.
Tied up at 6 apiece. Paola down the right-hand side. What a nice, big, strong forehand from Rhonda. Again, you may see some extra pop in Rhonda's swings as she knows it's do or die time getting into the midway part of the third match. She can't drop this, or her repeat is over. Paola, former U.S. Open champion. Rhonda, the defending U.S. Open champion. One of the things that these ladies love best, and any athlete would, is when you win the next year all around town, all around the event, everywhere you look is U.S. Open flyers, U.S. Open posters, U.S. Open banners with the past winners' photo on it. Hundreds of them around the city. Crystal getting a little caught up in semantics there, but she said, I called Rhonda's skip good.
She said get.
Oh, maybe she said get? Okay. Back to the action here. Rhonda with a big forehand opportunity down the line. Paola is there, but too much gas on the ball as it hits the floor and flies right by. Eight serving 6. Oh, she misses the ceiling. Paola's got an opportunity here. Goes wide. And that's a good shot for a side out.
Six serving 8. Nice reverse pinch by Rhonda Rajsich to get back into the box at 8-6. Looking to lob serve with her backhand. High percentage racquetball by Paola Longoria, calling a timeout. And she will be serving at 8-6.
Timeout on the court. We'll take a quick pause in the action here. We'll be right back with you.
3M is very proud to co-sponsor this event. By working together, we can all make a difference in the lives of the children of St. Jude. Although 3M's product line is very extensive, we want to highlight 2 special ones at this event. Scotch Blue Advanced Painter's Tape and Ace brand elastic bandages. Scotch Blue and Ace are but a few of the many fine products from 3M, a proud national co-sponsor of the 2011 U.S. Open Racquetball Championships.
All right, back to the action. We're going to need a behind-scenes look at what happens during some timeouts. The visitors that stop by and the things that are said, but maybe we'll save that for a best of one of these years on the DVD. Back to the action here. Paola serving. 6-8. Drive serve. Backing. Rhonda cross court. Paola's there and she goes up top. She says stay in the back court, Rhonda. Rhonda skips that 2 feet from the front wall. Paola once again 1 point away from tying it up.
Eight, 7. Racich back in the box. Z serve coming. Came off the back wall. Set up for Longoria. Passing shot doesn't work, and Rhonda with a fist pump, knowing how important that point was to give her a 9-7 lead. Little house cleaning. Longoria back in the service box at 7, serving 9. Back to the drive serve.
Oh, Rhonda with a dive, but she couldn't get to it. What a nice save from Paola.
Good racquetball by both players.
Got an email into the network wanting to know why the women have 1 serve and the men get 2. Basically, the men a couple years ago just decided to vote on a rule change, and the men voted for it. The women didn't want to change the rule, so they kept that 1 serve rule, as did the USA amateur side. On the open side, they wanted to keep a 1 serve as well. So the men are the only top level.
Physical therapists work in conjunction with orthopedics and sports medicine physicians, athletic trainers, and occupational therapists to help patients reduce pains, restore muscle and bone function, prevent injury, and improve the quality of life after injury or illness. Sanford Orthopedics and Sports Medicine is a national co-sponsor of the 2011 US Open Racquetball Championships.
The amateur, the USA Amateur, the International Racquetball Federation, and the W Pro all have 1 serve. The men, the only top-level division with the 2.
Paola 8-9, up 2 games to 0 over Rhonda Rajsich. Bad skip by Rhonda. Didn't set her feet.
Listen to this crowd.
The fans are split 50-50. 9 apiece. Paola, 2 points away from a 3rd U.S. Open championship. Good serve by Paola. Rhonda just missing that backhand. Paola Longoria 1 point away from her 3rd U.S. Open championship.
Ladies and gentlemen, here we are. Game number 3. Can Paola do it? Can she win in 3?
And I'd be looking for a drive serve to the forehand.
As As it drives over to the backhand
Comes
side.
to the
Rhonda down
backhand.
the line. Rhonda skips it. Ladies and gentlemen, look at that. Paola Longoria comes back in her first stop of the year and defeats Rhonda Rajsich. The
Ladies
crowd
and gentlemen,
loves it.
give it up. Paola Longoria, Rhonda Rajsich.